Hey everyone, it's Marie and I thought I would just share a really quick tutorial on how you can make your own little paper boxes. I made these with my Cricut and I made the template myself, the cut file. I know there's a lot of cut files out there that you can either buy or maybe download, but I wanted to show you that these are so simple. You don't even need to download anything. It's really just basic shapes in your design space. And the reason I'm making these little boxes is because I found one of these little advent calendar things at a thrift shop. I know it's a little bit big, you can't see the whole thing on screen, but I wanted to make little boxes that would fit right in here so that I would have my own little advent calendar to do with my kids this year. But I want to show you, you can make these boxes so super easy and simple using just your design space, and this is what they look like when they're cut out. I'll show you how to assemble them. But when I was looking at different cut files or different designs, they all look so simple, and I thought that's just really a basic shape that you can go ahead and then create your own little cut file with. So I'm going to go back to my canvas here. I have this one that I already created. I'm going to move that to the side and just show you what I did here. So hopefully you can see my screen all right. Maybe I'll zoom in just a tad bit. There we go. All right, so the way I did this is making a template for a box. If you think about a box, it's a cube. So it's got 6 sides that are equal. They're all squares. So if you go to your shapes, select the square, you can see it brings up a square, obviously. So you just want to resize that maybe. Actually, the better way to resize it, just to make sure that it is equal, go ahead and lock that so that it's going to keep it. Let me bring in a new square. All right, shapes. So now here is your shape. Now when I went to go create these boxes, I knew I kind of wanted them to be fit inside of there. So I wanted to be sort of 2 inches. So I'm going to go here and resize this. And since it is locked, it's going to lock it into being a perfect square. So it's going to be even on each side. So since you need 6 sides for your box, go to Actions and then Duplicate. And you want 6 of these squares. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you're just going to take them and arrange them in a cross, just like this. Maybe I can zoom out a little bit. And now that is going to form your basic box. So once if you imagine these lines like score lines, you're going to fold all of those and it's going to create a little box. Now the next thing you want to do, because you have to adhere this together, you want some way to keep all of these sides together, is I went and I got one more square and I resized this one to be, okay, so now you need to go back to your Actions and unlock that little lock here on the dimensions, because now you can make it any size you want. It's not going to keep it just a square. So I'm going to go and I'm going to pull it sort of into a little rectangle, and I'm going to add these to the sides here. And those are going to be little tabs that you can fold over, add some adhesive to, and then stick your box together. It'll make sense. I'll show you how to assemble the box when I'm done. So you can see here I have 1 on each side of these sides and 1 here for the top. So that makes 5. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just add them here and add 1 here. Oops, make sure it's lined up right. And now you have the basic shape that you want cut out for your box. Now before you cut, you want to select the whole thing and then select the weld. So now this is 1 piece, and it will be 1 cut in your Cricut. So after you have this done, you just go ahead and you send it to your Cricut mat. Make sure you have it the size you want for what size of box you want, and then you can go ahead and cut them out. So super easy, just 6 squares, and then you add the tabs here that you fold and add here, and then you can make your own box. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to assemble my little boxes here. So I have a bunch of these cut out. I'll go ahead and zoom out a little bit now. And I have 24 spots in my advent calendar, so I cut out 24 little boxes, and now I'm gonna go show you how to assemble these. They're really super easy. Now I do have to mention a few things. My Cricut, my mat is really super dirty and not very sticky anymore, and my blade is dull. So I have some of these boxes that have sort of torn edges. This is also a thinner cardstock, which to me tears easier in my Cricut. So if you want really good results, make sure that you have a good Cricut mat and a sharp blade, because that's really going to help. Mine was not, so I have little tears on the edges, but I'm just using this with my kids this year, and I'm not terribly worried about perfection, so this is going to work for what I need it to work for. So I'm just going to go ahead and score. So if you imagine where you added all these shapes together, just add a little bit of a score line there. And I'm not using any measurements, I'm just lining this up with my scoreboard and just gently scoring a little bit, not too much. And that's going to help me fold my box. Alright. And you can maybe tweak this a little bit if you're a little bit more knowledgeable about Cricut. You can tweak it a little bit to be a little bit more perfect. Like I said, I'm just using this with my kids. We're going to open it once every day and have a little activity or something fun that we'll do to prepare for Christmas. Maybe one day we'll make cookies. I'm kind of thinking the beginning of December we'll help write out all of our Christmas cards and send them out, so that'll be fun. So it's just a little box that I'm going to put a little piece of paper in, maybe a little piece of candy once or twice, just something fun to be an advent calendar for the year. So now that you have all of those little pieces scored, just go ahead and fold them. And these are the little tabs that I showed you with the rectangles. So you want to go ahead and fold those in, and that's actually where you're going to be adding your adhesive to hold your little box together. So now I have that scored, I have it folded. Now just go ahead and add your adhesive on the inside part. Of these tabs. I'm just using some tape adhesive. You could use liquid glue as well, but I get a little bit impatient waiting for liquid glue to dry, so I find that tape adhesive works really well for me. So just line those up and push it into those tabs and glue your box together. And you have a cute little box that you can put into your advent calendar. Now, if you want this to fully cover, you might want to make this part a little bit longer with this tab, but like I said, I'm just going to be using it for my advent calendar. I'm not even going to be worrying about gluing this piece down. Just going to stick it into my little calendar. And then you have a cute little box, and so super easy to make on your own with just basic shapes in your Cricut design space. So hopefully that gave you some ideas of how to make your own box. You can make this bigger to put different gifts into it, or you know, size it whatever size you want, but so super easy. So don't go and spend 99 cents on a template for a little box, because you can do this yourself with basic shapes. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, just post a question down below. I like to try to reply to all questions as quickly as possible. Otherwise, don't forget to like or thumbs up or subscribe if you feel inspired to. So thanks so much for stopping by, and I will see you next time. Bye.